Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'm going to present you the Unit A2 Classroom Assessment. In this section, Fulcher and Davidson start mentioning how validity theory presented in the previous unit has grown out from large-scale test assessment. They claim that to provide tests is necessary to study the purpose, the population, and to investigate the extent to which a score meaning can be generalized. Additionally, they say that some teachers' books make emphasis on the literature and approaches from large-scale testing. This produces a tendency to look at the classroom assessment in terms of traditional categories such as placement, achievement of proficiency, and progress test. Then Fulcher and Davidson say that the difference between classroom and large-scale testing is not taken into account. So, it is possible that what we have learned from large-scale testing can be applied to classrooms. Here, something to bear in mind is that the difference between large-scale testing and classroom is context. In the classroom, the context is the learning environment. Within this context, teacher is able to see the progress, abilities, and skills of the learner without needing a formal test. This is possible through observation activities, group works, participation, acquisition of cultural knowledge, and growing as individual. Instead, in large-scale testing, classroom context is not available. Test takers face a different context, including rigid examiners, the time the test taker is at, temperature, and some other factors which will impact the performance of the person taking the test. Otherwise, it has been accepted that the more tasks or items a test contains, the more reliable and valid it is. Due to this reliability and validity, the authors mention that there is a temptation for teachers to try to copy these items and tasks, especially when there is a requirement for recording progress in some institutions. Additionally, Fulcher and Davidson mention that while formal tests need to be as long as possible for collecting evidence in short periods of time, a teacher can take months or even years to collect holistic learning evidence. Certainly, all teachers should get involved in the classroom and get familiar with each learner. This will be reflected in getting a wider range of evidence rather than test scores. Hence, one purpose of assessing is to know what to do next. That's why classroom assessment should be formative rather than summative. So this will provide teachers how to design better teaching activities and to be involved in more efficient learning experiences. For Fulcher and Davidson, good evaluation activities are not imposed. These activities are negotiated with the participants. The outcomes are evaluated in terms of how successful they were. So evaluation should not be only by teachers but by learners as well. Fulcher and Davidson also mention an assessment based on performance. This type of assessment is not popular in tests since they involve writing and speaking and would demand significant resources and money. In the classroom, the activities and the assessment should be almost entirely performance-based. Thus, collaboration should be a particular feature of a classroom context. However, collaboration in a test sounds like cheating. Nevertheless, collaboration must be encouraged in the classroom, although it can be difficult in institutions with traditional bounds. Fulcher and Davidson also mention the generalizability of a score meaning, and is based upon three assumptions. The first is stability. In large-scale tests, it implies that the abilities of the test takers will not change in short periods of time. However, in the classroom, it is expected that learners' abilities change as new teaching and learning grow. The second assumption is discrimination. While large-scale tests discriminate better and poorer test takers, teachers do not separate or rank learners since it has no pedagogical purpose. The third assumption is assessment length. While the traditional reliability of a test is based on their length, teachers are constantly collecting evidence from different activities to encourage diversity of learning. Finally, Fulcher and Davidson claim that unlike testers, teachers are not simple evidence collectors. Teachers collect evidence to make holistic, integrative interpretation of collected performance, to get to integrated assessment. Integrated assessment could improve educational system if we regard some aspects beyond the school. These aspects could imply demographical information, students' background, parental information, educational resources of the learner, and integration of evidence. Hope you have enjoyed this video, and thank you.